We're doing this book again, and we're doing vampire sabaths and rituals. That's the pagan way. It's kind of like almost like the pagan wheel of the year that we practice. Ours is a little different, and it has some different things. Sorry, I just exercised, and I'm a little feeling icky now. So we're gonna read from this. And I'm having my background up because I have to show you pictures and stuff like that too. So, Vampire Sabbath. The Black Wheel Wheel of the Year is based on the dayside and nightside perspective in pagan holidays relevant to vampire themes. The following 5 days of Vampire Sabbath are the major holidays celebrated by the Black Wheel vampire culture and recognized by the Ordo Strigoi. Well, the first one is Beltane. It's basically the same thing as the vampire, the pagan witch of the year. While Porgus or the Black Wheel Vampire the Dragon Night takes place during the night of April 30th or May 1st and falls upon the neo-pagan holiday of Beltane. This celebration begins as a precursor European spring holiday and was later co-opted by the Christian children traditionally Walpurgis Night. It is the night when demons, fairies, banshees, and other such legendary creatures are said to behold their dark serpents. To the Black-Veiled vampires and the snake represents the fire of the dragon. The festival is also a major celebration of the family, when the red mass is often held between members of the family and the vampire balls around the world. So this is the Will of the Year. This is why I wanted to hold the not have my background so I can show you that. This is the Will of the Year as you see right there. And if you haven't seen this, it's also recording on So the first is the longest day. The Dayside Festival is June 21st to December 21st. We all know this one. The Dayside Festival, the longest day, takes place on the summer solstice, which is June 21st in Northern Hampshire and December 21st in the Southern Hampshire. So here is where I live is on June 21st. On this longest day of the year, we celebrate and honor the Dayside family and path of the day, as individuals and together throughout the current. We focus on physical and mental health, reinforce life goals, spend time organizing our self-esteem, meditating on furthering our individuals and collective effort. The real between world is strongest due to the major abundance of sunlight and lack of darkness. Bath Festival, August 7th. The Bath Festival takes place near the mundane pagan holiday Lammas and celebrates the deadly predators of the animal kingdom, especially felines, and as a tool to attune ourselves to our primal nature. It's really celebrated on August 1st. This festival is about life and death, feeding and hunting. It is the primal twin of the Crimson Festival. The Bath Festival is often held far away from civilization, such as deep within a forest or in the desert or around large bonfires. During the ceremony, one group takes on the role of predators. I have never done this festival. I really wanted to do it, but I can't. Predators, hawks, cats, bears, eagles, lions, and etc. With another takes on the role of prey, rabbits, mice, deer, etc. And then the simulated hunt is intended. Halloween, Samhain, which is coming up, by the way. I can't wait to do this one. Halloween, also known as Samhain from the Gaelic, pronounced Samhain in Megan Podden culture. Night may be thought as the most important holiday for vampires, usually celebrated and observed on the Saturday before or on Halloween proper. This time of year, many holidays take place, including the Celtic New Year, the Mexican Day of the Dead. Mexican Day of the Dead, and All Saints Day. These 3 days of festivals are often considered the most popular time of the year for all vampires. These are the nights of balance and metamorphosis, as well as the vampire New Year inspired by the Celtic pagan year. New Orleans serves as a centerpiece for Halloween for the vampire culture. This is the largest vampire gathering in the world. I really would love to go, but I can't. During this festival, we often enjoy expressing our glamour in full force and walking openly among the mundane. I would love to do this. Halloween is one most often celebrated in Halloween is one of the most. I'm gonna actually do this. I'm gonna mind my fangs on Halloween all day, almost. Celebration since vampire feel they can be open more and free in this time. Halloween night also marks the time when the veil is between worlds as physical and spiritual is thinnest, within some vampires using this time to pursue deeper into vampire mission and spiritual world. Halloween is a gateway leading to the longest night of the year during the end of harvest. Nights. Okay, and what I'm gonna do on that day also is what we call the ancestors, the ancestors, an ancestral dinner or dumb dinner. What we do is we put plates around dinner, our table for our fallen comrades and stuff like that, for our friends and family that have died and our ancestors, and then you put meals on for them, and then you can either talk to them or you just stay silent and remember them. Nightside Festival, longest night, December 21st to June 21st. The Nightside Festival, the longest night, takes place on Yule, which is December 21st in the Northern Hemisphere, which is coming up by the way too. And days in June 21st in the Southern Hemisphere. In this longest night of the year, we celebrate our nightside family in the path of night as individuals, and together throughout the turn, we focus on magic, gathering our energies and our individuals and collectives' effort. This night in the veil between worlds and either is finished due to the major lack of sunlight or interference with crossing, giving a deeper witching hours. That's really cool too. Crimson Festival, February 14th. Halloween, Valentine's Day for you mundanes. Valentine's Day was more public Crimson Festival among the Black Veils takes place around the most confident day to celebrate and party. February 14th, for the vampire particular night is the time when we celebrate our deepest passion and romance, as well as past and present loves. So if you're a solitary vampire / witch like me, what I usually do is I write poems to dedicate to my loved one, and then you read, and then there's a ritual thing you do on the day after. So you write poems before you, 5 days before Valentine's Day, dedicating them to all your loves, past and present, and then on the day of the festival, you read something in honor them and to remember them. Valentine's Day, okay. From the vampire perspective, the nighttime is when we celebrate our deepest passions and romance, as all past and present loves. Here we recognize the partnership and marriages that helped us in our personal evolutions. The Crimson Festival is also festival of the hunt, celebrating the seductive, civilized, and glamorous. Like the symbol of crimson is related to the constant budding in the rose. For the blood is the life, which is a metaphor for studying ourselves ethically and not only being harvesting and gathering life force energy. Okay, so that's all the festivals that we have during the year, and since we did all that, I'm going to talk to you about energy gathering and stuff like that as long as I can until my voice goes out. And then we're probably going to do go on, but what's that? So we're going to do this chapter 9 now. Dayside pillar, code of one, self-dynamic. The self is you, your personality, and the subject reality of the mind, known to the Egyptian as the Ba. The pillar of self deals with your inner game. Or any vampire technology dealing with the self is known as Gerda magic. The self is a consciousness which exists and is a state of perception. It is your identity and mastery of the essentials, entering oneself through the code of one plus the self before all else. Without this self intact, you no longer exist. You cease to be able to love, make free will decisions, and continue to pursue the Vampyrre. The dragon is the seat of perception. See Vampyrre reveals, and the source of you. The optimum self. The vampire seeks to optimize the self. The optimum personality has specific characteristics and something to not only achieve but also maintain. It is not unlike constantly working out once to maintain your optimum health. This is a clear state of mind in which the individual is able to exist in the eternal present. Focus on the personal greater quest and is attuned to the current, has a clean and healthy body, a strong grasp and practical application of the 7 dayside pillars, and is full awareness and awakened to the dragon within. This is not something which is measured by formal initiation. Optimization is something which is someone in the right and is essentially true to gathering these concepts. Meditation. So, actually, I think I put my background now. And meditation is the center of all successful energy work. Meditation techniques and personal affirmations. One of my favorite meditations is a guided meditation that you do on YouTube a lot. And then I also, when I walk through the forest, I do meditation there too. In this clearing I have in there. Such as meditation itself and shifting focus from the formal reality to ultimate states of consciousness. This is not usually achieved without the influence of drugs. Brings one entity into focus and creates equilibrium between the layers of the self. One does not have to be in loads of vicious to completely quieten the mind or use charms or chants to properly meditate. There are many forms of meditation, but two primary forms, active and passive. Active meditation intensely focuses physical activity involving movement such as individual sports, crafting, working out, dance, yoga, running, and ritual ceremony, sex, painting, and even driving can create alternate states of consciousness. What is most effective for each depends on their nature and the state which they enter. Passive meditation is what most people consider traditional, where the body is inactive or a state of relaxation with a minimal physical activity with the body in a relaxed state. This can include listening to music, sitting in a park and relaxing, looking at the sky, or in a dark room or on a bed. Try not to fall asleep. This is often used for astral projection, focusing on a goal, working through a problem, or just relaxing. Sleep is not meditation. Meditation is essential not only for higher levels of energy work, but also for filtering, grounding, and centering energy. Breath is the most basic element of meditation. Breath controls the flow of life force, and breath control is naturally centering and grounding. There are many different meditation techniques. The most effective meditation comes from centering modification, stimulate or deprivation. One can simply meditate in order to plan their day and harmonize themselves. A deep level of meditation in a trance can achieve by body suspension and similar practice by modern primitives. Tattooing and permanent body modification can be powerful mental experiences. However, deep meditation should be prepared in advance to be truly meaningful. The practitioner of black real vampirism should use good judgment when embarking on this process. That is not easily reversible, such as tattooing or piercing. I plan to get a tattoo. I'll show you that. That's why I wanted to not do the thing. So I am going to okay, hang on. I have to put my marker in so I can go back to that page. So I am going to be doing that symbol right there. This is Kitra. I am a Kitra vampire, so I want to have that tattoo on my arm here, or on my neck here, or someplace, or on the shoulder. I was thinking putting it on right here on my shoulder too, or maybe even have her. I was thinking of doing her. Maybe showing a picture to a tattooist and having her picture there. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be doing. But it's a longer process, and like I said, it's something you have to think about first. Like I said in the book, and it's expensive. It's a really good tattooist can go around $200 to $1,000 if you want a really good picture like I want. Eternal present. Time and space are illusions for the advanced vampire. And being able to exist in the moment is in effect immortality. Most animals are locked into a perpetual present, only being able to reach what is present and almost having so long to memory. Most animals are locked into perpetual present, only being able to reach in whether the present and having almost long term. For example, cows scan with their vision to avoid predators and to find food. This contributes to survival. What difference the human from animals is their ability to detach themselves from this present time and reflect, thus able to find patterns and learn from their recent events. They can plan ahead and predict where a predator may be. Over time, humans develop the ability to detach from present time. This is with the greatest turning point in human evolution. However, most humans never live in the present time, instead of living in their minds in the past or dreaming of the future. In fact, this evolution of time perception created the illusion of time, which imprisons most humans. The vampire seeks to be able to escape both prisons of perception through dragon exercises, which are training to be able to return experience present time. Opening one's vampire eyes is coming into the eternal present, and it's within the perception. One is that is an immortal state of being, which present time we can use the known as dragon side, which seems to open highly into others. The power of now can't remember. Dragon perception exercises. Okay, so I'm now going over the exercises. If you want to become one of us, remember, vampires are not what people think we are. That's why I'm doing this for you guys. I'm trying to teach you everything. Dragon perception exercise, being able to achieve the experience of being in the eternal present is difficult state to achieve for the untrained. However, one must first learn to be mentally present in the moment and sit on the throne and look onwards, putting the past behind. No beliefs oblique. The mature vampire knows the world is not far and only the strongest survivor. This is how in the nature and how it has has been since the beginning of human civilization. The ideology of the vampire is that a predatory nobility. The vampire takes inspiration from great human rulers and noble predators of the wild, such as the lion, hawk, and wolf. The advanced vampire radiates an aura of mastery from every element of their self, even in the most challenging circumstances. The predator spirit evolves simply seeing oneself at the top of the food chain, raising that position. The noble predator accepts the doctrine of noble obligation, does not use the message to torment or torture other living beings. They act only to ensure the spiritual survival and ultimate evolution. This is an important point of Zephyr that places the vampire on a different evolutionary path than mundane of humanity. As the lion lives in the jungle and hones its instinct in accordance with the laws of survival, so does the true vampire live with the jungle of human civilization. Success is in the human jungle depends upon one's wit, intelligence, enduring spirit, and creativity. To survive in the jungle, the vampire must look most successfully members of human society. Examples: Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, Benjamin Disraeli, Marie Curie, General George Patton, Oprah Winfrey, Napoleon Bonaparte, Queen Elizabeth I, Winston Churchill, Eleanor Roosevelt, Akira Kurosawa, Barack Obama, Alexander the Great, Bill Gates, William Shakespeare, and many other noble historical and contemporary figures. One modern example of social Darwinism on the dayside level is the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, as seen in the film The Social Network. They're taking on the mindset of the particularly spiritual means achieving mastery of the dayside principle and thriving in the jungle of humanity. The vampire thinks differently. They think as an immortal and look to live in an optimum way. They know the experiences, knowledge, and wisdom collective over a lifetime will be lost if they face the second death. The vampire, at the center of their soul, seeks to preserve the self, defeat the second death, and the path of mortality. They have the perspective of mortality at all times, embracing techniques of personal survival of life and self-preservation. The result is an inherent grounded spirit. Vampire fully enjoys life because they are not looking towards death. It is reducing the risk of oneself, increasing survival in most situation from a white woman situation to an urban zombie apocalypse scenario. Ego. Everything in life requires ego, from getting on stage for performance to the devotion to prove oneself, from pursuing a mate to learning how to dance. The vampire philosophy educates two different types of ego, linear and circular. Linear ego, good, is healthy and for the vampire to pursue self-improvement, personal evolution, to challenge and inspire oneself to grow and become better. This is the fuel of the Zephyr and survival. Circular ego, bad, is like an ego addict, and this is what plagues most of humanity in the guise of those who pretend to be vampires, and do not take vampire technology seriously. Circular ego is all about inflating one's ego and experiencing people to worship them for no reason other than being a seronegative narcissist. We all know someone like that. I'm not gonna talk about them, but we all know someone who's like that right now. But an image of funny. This type of ego does not have interest in personal growth. They offer people nothing but an image of funny person and always seek the approval of others. I'm not going to talk about him, but we know him. Confidence. What is confidence? It is not faith. It is not knowledge and the power. What is confidence? Confidence is not faith. It is knowledge and the prowess that you have the ability to perform a task, goal, or fulfill a plan. Like the will and ego, confidence is built, exercised, and goes up and down through one's incarnation. Confidence is not an unhealthy narcissistic ego, but a healthy internal vibe of ability in which projects outward from the self. Remember one secret of everyone, even the most secure individuals, such as the successful supermodels, the ability to have self-doubt and confidence issues at one time or another. How to build confidence is something you need to do yourself, of course, with the support of others. Remember, to build confidence requires successful accomplishment of challenges and good positive performance from pure inspiration. You are in charge of your emotions. You are in charge of your feelings, outlook, and perception. With this relation of this, you can continue to begin to take control of the chaos within the mind and build confidence. Conquering negativity. So many people have a bad day or a bad attitude and project negativity. Negativity can be temporary and has bad mood or long term, as with a traditional psychic vampire. This is because to dwell on negative thoughts and energy clutters the mind. Other people can feel it in your radiance, and thus it will have an impact on your glamour. The easiest and least complex way to overcome a negative thought or energy is to do something positive. Example including giving asset and help someone give a comment or going and viewing something beautiful. This is self-management, and some may consider to be wholesome, but it can truly change their internal negative energy in a positive direction. This is what I do, and what I'm going to do tomorrow, since it's a sunny day, I'm going to walk in the forest and enjoy the sound of the forest and then meditate for a while. And be nice. I always talk to my brother and ask him how his daily is, and I talk to my family and talk to my friends, and it helps you. The positive results are that people begin to know the shift in your inner energy. This will result in charisma increasing and people feeling they enjoy your presence. One example of technique to shift gears on negative thing is to perform as if. Put yourself in the pattern of acting in a certain way as if you felt it. External behavior will add to your glamour, and the pattern will reflect on the self, boosting your confidence and internal will. Be realistic, for example. You can act as if you were confident and irresistible from a member of the positive sex. You must then fend off, but you cannot fly a plane when you have no experience. Be aware the human mind is extremely flexible and is unto you to program it not to be a slave, thus is naturally thereof the vampire. There is this lady on YouTube and on Instagram. I forget her name, but you can look her up. She has this really cool, she's a manifestation lady and she does really good work. If you look her up, I'll list her on my YouTube thing, and then you can use her for some things. She has internal stuff. She's really pretty too. Conscious and unconscious. The human mind is the nest and human of the vampire and basic understanding of how it works is essential to both internal and external applications of vampire technology. From the field of neurolinguistic programming and psychology, their 4-step model of how mind works. Incompetence. You are doing something wrong and do not realize it's wrong. Conscious incompetence. You are aware you are doing something wrong but have not dealt with the issue. Conscious competence. You know you are doing something the right way and are doing it properly. Unconscious competence. You have learned something so well You do it naturally, like speaking or playing a sport. The activity seems natural to you. Okay. Beep, beep. So, I'm gonna just do some more reading, and then we're gonna do some streaming. So we're going on to chapter 12 now, and let's do some more reading for you guys. What is the purpose? It's called creative dynamics. What is the purpose of life? To survive. What is the result of billions of years of evolution? Are we in control of our own fate and survival? Or is life just a series of random accidents? Are we just flicks of nature, or are we here for a reason? Is there some ending in game of purpose? To have been the question of humanity from learning it. We are born, we live, and then we all ultimately die. What is our purpose? We are lucky we reproduce at both our death, ensuring a sort of immortality and survival. However, humans have the first to think about this, and vampires take action for this question constantly through the creativity pillar. With the foundation, we focus on creativity and focus on defending a purpose for the original group beyond survival, a higher goal for the individual and the group. The current gets stronger with each empowered member of the family, becoming more creative, focused, and stronger individuality. Like it precedes university, creative learning and education, conscious inspiration. Therapy truth is like the environment which encourages what we call the vampire gifts or anything else. They are passionate with our defining to purpose. With purpose, our survival increases. We can achieve states of potential mortality through being remembered by others through our accomplishments and goals. Dharma and purpose. I talked about Dharma before, so now you're going to know what it is. We all think we know what karma is, yet most of us don't know what Dharma is. Dharma is the concept that comes from meaning Indian tradition and is a core within celebrity vampirism. It is like the concept of karma, but this link has frequently been forgotten or outright ignored by modern Western culture. Dharma is the equivalent of Tao in Taoism. The term Dharma literally means one's righteous duty. It is the focus of understanding in the higher truth. Akin to hearing and understanding the whispers of the dragon within. It is related to vampire gifts. Do not confuse Dharma with fate or destiny. It is not some fixed supernatural reality. Think of an individual with a talent for playing violin, and they ignore it and become a plumber. They will not fulfill their Dharma and will receive negative karma. However, those vampires who choose not to listen to the whisperings of their dragon are subject to self-imposed limitations. Dharma can strongly manifest an individual's calling to the current. And the desire to death is a fair. For this is what you are reading. This is what you are reading. This book, in a mundane sense, following one's Dharma is a quest to understand one's own life path and purpose. One example of Dharma in Western magical studies is Aleister Crowley's concept of the true will, which he discussed in the Diary of a Drug Fiend and other writings. Crowley believed that every person had a genuine calling in life, and that it should be everyone's ultimate purpose to discover and follow their true will. A life without knowing one's true will is according to Crowley of life quite desperation. Those who have not discovered their true will often turn to self-destructive activities and habits. Obviously, the majority of mundane world never succeeds in discovering the following their true. The core part of Zephyr is the search for one's true purpose and therefore one's Dharma. The quest for mortality is a never-ending eternal Dharma. And Dharma is a major part of that Dharma to the black-veiled vampire. The black-veiled vampire's purpose and vampire gifts are part of their range of development. Having a sense of purpose and understanding of your Dharma is essential to survival. What is purpose in the broad framework of how we approach the goals which we lead out in life? Having a purpose frees us from the ability to overcome obstacles in front of us. What goals are finite such stepping stones, which we usually based on results of purpose, yet the cause and an overall driving force in one's life. Therefore, we're reinforcing creativity and survival. Purpose is often something the individual is passionate about, which makes it even more plausible and strengthens the sense of the individual to make purpose. Purpose and Dharma reminds us of what we are the most moment is not forever, and gives us long-term cause and direction to focus on each goal. For those who can cultivate a sense of purpose, they will find immediately challenges and goal setting more often and more efficient. Being realistic about purposes is critically important, as it must something which is able to be done within reality. I'm gonna stop right here for now, and then we'll do more tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that reading so far, and learned a little bit more about vampirism and yourself, if you want to become one of us. Remember that the thing about I talked about egos, those people, the circular ego, those people that pretend that they say they're vampires and stuff like that, and they act like they've seen. Those are circular egos. Those are bad people. You're not one to follow them on TikTok or on YouTube. And so that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget to see me tomorrow. Follow me on my sub channel, or subscribe to me on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow for more reading.